today it is, can you see? Rain. I don't know if I can focus on that. Rain for days. And I go to Africa for a couple of weeks, in a week's time. So what to do with the bike? I want to get it to a point where I can actually start it. I think that's my goal for the week, is can I get the bike started? And I was thinking about it. There's not a lot of stuff that I actually have to do to start the bike. Assuming I'm not going to change all the wiring. If I just want to get it started to see that the motor turns and I haven't messed up stuff. So anyway, here's the bike. And I haven't got a lot of things left in the box to rebuild. So that and that. So it's the radiator, the coils, and some wires, and the tank. So I think that's achievable if we give it a good go. Let's see how we go. Anyway, before I do anything, I realized I've got to replace this sight gauge. I messed it up when I was paint stripping. So I've got a new one and I need to get a new one in there, and I can either go through the sump and knock it out, which requires a bit of disassembly, or I can try this little trick which I've seen online where you burn a hole in it and then you try and pull it from the outside. We'll give that a go. If that doesn't work, I'll take the sump off and we'll see how we go. Just wait for this to heat up. It's going through. It's definitely going through. That's cool. It's thicker than I thought because it's quite far in. Okay, I think I'm all the way through. No. Oh, there we go. That was good. That went right in. Okay, I think that's good enough. This may not be as easy as I'd hoped. Let's give it a go. Oh, now I'm just breaking it. I think it's so brittle and so old, it's not coming out without a fight. Okay, I've now gone through the metal. I mean, really, yowza, it is so hard in there. There we go. Heat worked. I can see it coming out. Nearly there. Woohoo! There we go. Woo. That was a dog to get out. But at least I didn't have to take the whole sump out, and just need to make sure nothing's inside there. So I'll have a good squiz with the camera and make sure I didn't get anything into the sump. Anyway, I've got this very cool camera to see what's inside here. See if there's any fragments of anything that knocked through. It's actually really difficult to tell what I'm looking at. Worth a try, just in case. I don't think this is a very good idea for my my vacuum cleaner hose. Yeah, that's just lights. Okay. What's that? We're good. So here's the new one. But I've discovered something interesting. It's come with a circlet, I suppose, or a circlip. But I have no groove in which to put the circlip. So a little bit confused as to what I do with this. Okay, cool. Early models may not use the included clip if there is not a groove in the engine block to accommodate it. So mine's an early model, that's for sure. Okay, so a 30mm socket is an exact fit. So I'll use that to push it in. I've actually managed to push it in by hand, but obviously I'll need to seat it. So let's do this. It's flush. I don't think it can go any further in. I have put a little bit of RTV silicone sealant in there, just a tiny amount, just to help it. And now I need to touch up because I've wrecked the paint. This is automotive paint. Did a good job elsewhere on touch-ups, and I will be using it for my fuel tank. So it's not high temperature, so it may not last, but we'll see. Might as well put some oil in. It's a bit slow. This could take all day. Okay, it's measured all the way to the top, which seems a bit odd. I'll leave it to sink on its own because I have not put in 3.75. I have put in 3. So we'll just give it some time to settle. Okay, so these are the coils. I'm not entirely sure how to make them look better. I thought briefly of spray painting them gold, but I have changed my mind. I think I just need to give them a really good clean. This little bar used to be sprayed and it's now peeling. I don't think I can... See, these are all riveted in. I can't actually do much. It's going to be very difficult to spray it, but I will try. So instead of spraying it, because it's very fiddly, I'm just going to use a paintbrush and paint over the rusted areas that I've managed to de-rust as much as possible. Okay, it's going to need a couple of coats. I did shake it, but it doesn't seem to be very thick. So the threads come from the back, and I remember that number 2 and 3 are here. So, funnily enough, no washers. I have no idea why not. Okay. Here's one. Tempted to cut these things off and just leave them looking like that without a cover, or paint them black. There we go. Black looks better. So I've blacked it away all the way down there as well, all the arms and the bushings. I think it looks better. Okay, so I was a bit of a muppet. I put the ignition leads the wrong way around, and that's because I was thrown by the fact that these leads have like a female side, whereas the old ones had a male side. So I couldn't figure out why they weren't going in properly. So anyway, I've switched them around. Unfortunately, by pushing them onto the spark plugs, I've actually opened up, and I've had to manually clamp them closed with a screwdriver, so may not be too good. I might have to go back to the originals, but we'll see how we go. We'll give it a try, at the very least. So now everything is set up and looks good. One thing I found out, which I didn't know and had done incorrectly before, is that number 3 and number 4 are inverted in length, because you can't get the angle to get the actual end out there. So you have to, for the 4th one, go this way, wrap around number 3 and then go out. But then the wires fit absolutely perfectly. So yeah, it's a bit of a learning. On or off? I'm actually not sure. Yep, anyone got any opinions? On or off? That's on. And that's off. There's a certain ruggedness to it that I like, being off, but it's also very neat. I don't know. I need to think about it. If you've got opinions, please let me know. I forgot to put this back in. It goes between the airbox and the plenum, and it's impossible to get in once they've both been installed, or at least I've tried and I can't do it, so I guess I have to take stuff off. Yay! Okay, so I had it the wrong way around. It goes not that way, this way. Which is not very intuitive, but there's a little notch there that's clearly for the coolant hose. Coolant reservoir hose. So I think if I just go there. Now I've looked at some pictures and it looks like the base sits right there. I'm pretty sure I'll be changing these cable ties 20 times as I remember things and how they're supposed to fit. But for now, okay, according to pictures and videos that I managed to scrounge up, actually it goes at an angle like that and comes down next to the regulator like so. And that seems to fit fine. I'm happier with that now. That looks like everything fits. Okay, my very crude way of checking whether the radiator fan works is I'm just connecting these two up to 12 volts and see if it turns on. Oh, there you go. It works nicely. All good. Okay, so these are the, I don't know what you call them, bungs. Okay, thank goodness I could get it on by taking off the hose, but it was a bit of a tight squeeze. So these threads were not what I was expecting. The bolts that I refreshed with don't fit. They do, but they don't. So I'm a bit confused. Anyway, I've dug up the old ones. So let's see if those work. Okay, I found different nuts that I think will look nicer. Little locking washer built into them as well. They've come from somewhere else. And I actually sprayed them black, or they already came black, which is quite nice. Let's see if this works. Yes, what do I need to actually start the bike out of this? This is I guess the biggest challenge for me of the whole build, I think.